Recognizing when a relationship is coming to an end can be difficult, but there are clear signs that may indicate it's time to move on. While every relationship goes through its ups and downs, certain patterns of behavior suggest that things may no longer be working. If you're feeling disconnected, constantly fighting, or simply happier when you're apart, it might be time to reflect on whether the relationship has run its course. We'll explore 5 key signs that your relationship could be over. Number 1. Lack of communication. When communication breaks down, it often signals the beginning of the end. In healthy relationships, both partners share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences openly, fostering a strong emotional connection. However, when conversations become superficial or are replaced by silence, it can create an emotional void that's hard to fill. Over time, you might find that you're no longer confiding in each other, talking about your day, or resolving issues. Avoiding important discussions or consistently dismissing each other's concerns is a sign that both partners may no longer feel invested in maintaining the relationship's emotional depth. Number 2. Constant fighting or indifference. Every couple argues from time to time, but when disagreements become constant or escalate into hurtful conflicts, it can wear down the relationship. Chronic fighting often indicates unresolved issues or a deeper level of dissatisfaction that isn't being addressed. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion. On the flip side, if one or both partners have become indifferent, no longer caring enough to argue or work through problems, it may be a sign of emotional detachment. Indifference can be even more damaging than conflict, as it indicates a lack of desire to engage or fix what's wrong, showing that the relationship may no longer be a priority. Number 3. Loss of physical and emotional intimacy. Intimacy is one of the cornerstones of a healthy relationship, and it goes beyond physical affection. Emotional intimacy, the ability to share your deepest thoughts and vulnerabilities, creates a sense of closeness and trust between partners. When both emotional and physical intimacy decline, it often signals a growing distance. You may notice that physical touch, such as hugs, kisses, or holding hands, becomes rare, or that you no longer feel comfortable sharing your feelings. This lack of connection can leave both partners feeling isolated and unfulfilled, signaling that the bond that once held you together is fading. Number 4. Feeling happier apart. When you or your partner start to feel more content or happier when spending time apart, it may be a sign that the relationship is no longer serving either of you. This can happen gradually as you begin to realize that you feel more relaxed, at peace, or even relieved when you're not around each other. This growing emotional distance often leads to spending more time alone or with friends and less time trying to connect with your partner. If you're constantly seeking opportunities to avoid spending time together, it's a sign that the relationship may no longer be providing the joy, comfort, or fulfillment it once did. Number 5. Lack of future plans together. In a thriving relationship, couples naturally discuss their future, whether that's planning vacations, making long-term goals, or talking about where they see themselves in the years ahead. However, if future planning becomes absent, or if one or both of you start making solo plans, it could indicate that the relationship has lost its direction. When partners no longer envision a shared future, it often means they've emotionally checked out. This lack of commitment to a joint future can create a sense of instability, leaving both partners uncertain about where they stand or what the next steps are for the relationship. If you no longer see a future together, it may be time to consider if the relationship is truly over. Recognizing these signs doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is beyond repair, but it does indicate that serious reflection and conversations are needed. If you find that you and your partner are experiencing multiple signs, it may be time to consider whether staying together is still the best option for both of you. Relationships require effort, communication, and mutual care, but when those elements are missing, it can be healthier to move on. Ultimately, understanding when a relationship is over allows you to seek growth, healing, and perhaps new beginnings elsewhere.